Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at HathiTrust. I'm an Americus and I've used this database the most throughout my college career. It has a large amount of both primary and secondary sources spanning a couple of hundred years. A big drawback, however, is that their search offerings is garbage. It lacks a lot of the things more powerful databases have to offer, like a thesaurus. However, it's very possible that I've been doing things wrong all these years. So if someone knows something I don't, then I'm all ears. But for now, let's get started with what I do know. When you look at the search input field, you'll notice that there are two radios that you can select. The first is full text. The second is catalog. So, how do you know which one to use? Well, it depends on what you're trying to find and what information you already know. The catalog search field looks for things like title, author, etc., while the full text search looks like for everything in the catalog search plus items within the text itself, like keywords or quotes. We're going to spend most of our time focusing on full text. If you've done any type of online searching, I'm sure you've heard of Boolean operators. These are and, or, and not. I've put up Hathi's definition on the screen for you. And combines words, makes it to where all the words need to be present, or makes it to where some need to be present, and not excludes words. Remember, and narrows a search while or widens it. You can add in the Boolean operators while in the text field, but the best way to search is through the advanced search setting. For the purpose of this exercise, let's say we were writing a paper on African American soldiers during the Philippine-American War at the turn of the 20th century. There are a plethora of ways that we can search for this. I've put up two. The one on the left is where you just put what you want in there, and then the one on the right has been crafted to be better targeted. And one thing you'll find interesting is that they both bring about the same number of results. I was honestly surprised by this. Now, let's go to the advanced search. This field is where you can tell what you're searching for. Remember earlier when we said that the full text covers what you'll find in a catalog? That's it right there. Most of my searches are full text plus all fields. It tells the engine to try to find everything. It is useful to think of this field as and. The search results require that all of the sought after words are included. This is like having quotation marks around a search term. Lastly, this one is like having an or. If you scroll down, you'll find more options. For my purposes, at least, the most useful was always using the date limiter. Like I said at the beginning, you can find sources here as recent as a few years ago. So let's say I'm writing my paper and I want primary sources. I definitely limit what my results I'll get to only around the time period. Why would I want something published in 2007? One last thing to remember, words have meaning. You need to keep in mind that as you're doing primary sources research. Here, let's take a look at something I've researched. In 1899, you're not going to get many people using African American or person of color. For better or for worse, these were the terms used in official guidebooks and writings. Our job as historians is to study change over time, and this is just another avenue of change. The other important thing is at the very bottom. We know that war, as much as anyone does because it's not talked about a lot, as the Philippine-American War. Calling it an insurrection is a political statement, to say the least, but that's what newspapers would call it. Lastly, my final tip for you is to sign into your account and set up collections. This allows you to save everything you're going to use in one place. The beauty of this is that you can then search using just those sources. This is handy when you know you saw a quote somewhere that you wanted to use, but you can't remember where you saw it. So you spend an hour looking through your entire unorganized mess, which has never happened to me ever. But yeah, having a collection makes these easier to manage. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope I've given you some information to help you. Hathi is an amazing database that offers tons of resources. It just takes a bit getting used to. I put my email on there, so please let me know if you have any questions.